Gentlemen, hey, congratulations on this short film together.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Yes.
So, before I get started, which one of you is Igor and which one of you is Valentine?
Well, we're a little bit of both. That's kind of how we answer it. Igor's a mad scientist, so we're both a little bit mad scientists, and we're both a little bit do-gooders. So we combine them into. So it all kind of depends. Sometimes David's over there blowing stuff up. Sometimes it's me, you know. But yeah.
Yeah, we usually either evade the question entirely or just say exactly. We're both. It's a split personality that we both have. So.
Yeah.
I'm just curious. Where did the name came from? Is this something you guys just nicknamed or just made it up?
Well, you know, Igor is kind of known as the mad scientist, and I think we were drawn to that, and it was a little bit of I mean, I hate it. This sounds super cliche when you're like, I had a dream, but it does kind of came from something like that. But it's just when David and I partnered up, we both are coming from similar backgrounds, and where we're both making, you know, abstract short films and music videos and things like that. But we're also doing a lot of commercial work and work for nonprofits, and we wanted an umbrella to kind of include everything. And when we were bouncing around names and stuff, it kind of just seemed to fit, you know.
Yeah, it made a lot of sense as far as like the type of work that we like to do, which is kind of all over the place, honestly. Like more experimental stuff we love, and stuff that's a little bit more wild, and just experimental from an artistic standpoint, but also so that's Igor, but also like more polished, maybe smoother, cleaner, maybe a little more accessible, a little more commercial if it turns out that way, is more on the Valentine side. So both like aesthetically and also types of projects and types of people that we collaborate and stuff like that.
Excellent. Yeah. Well, tell us about this Together project that you guys actually worked on. How did you guys want to approach this unique project for YoungArt's?
Well, we were, you know, Psyop, NASA at Psyop was the one who kind of introduced us to this project, and we were immediately excited to kind of be part of the team. It was a very collaborative project from the get-go, where they wanted us to, you know, be one of the artists basically kind of helping to bring this together. And I think the draw of, like, I mean, we're like fans of Shepard Fairey and some of the artists that calls anyway, and to be able to kind of animate artwork of theirs and tell a story for YoungArt's, which we 100% can get behind, was just, you know, too good to pass up. I mean, it was a very aggressive timeline for what it is. It turned out to be a 4-minute short film. Yeah, did I skirt the question? David, you want to?
No, yeah, totally, man. I mean, that was our immediate reaction, honestly, was like, we got to figure out a way to work on this, and how can we do this? Because it's like, I think there's 18 different artists, and they're all very different, but they're all awesome. And the whole mission of YoungArt's is like something Matt and I like really align with and want to get behind. So yeah, it was one of those projects where it's like, can we figure out how to do this? If yes, then we're definitely doing it. Okay, yes, let's figure out how to do this.
So just describe the process of what you guys actually did. So you basically took some of the artwork from these 18 different artists and transferred it into like frames or something like that for an animation?
It's challenging, this one, because the artwork we're given was a couple poses of birds that were designed by each of the artists. Our job was to take that artwork and work with Colin, the agency, and DD at YoungArt's, and basically come up with a narrative. They already had some narrative ideas. Our job was to kind of take their narrative that was, I think, titled Birdhouse, if I'm not mistaken, and kind of create a thread to showcase all these birds. And one of the biggest challenges is all the birds. I mean, they're different artists, and different artists have different styles. It's like, how can we take these this artwork that's been given to us and kind of make it all feel like it lives in one film?
Yeah.
So,
yeah. Oh, go ahead.
No, David, please, after you.
No, I was just gonna say, like, as far as technically, it was really like a mixed bag of techniques. Some of these were cell animating, hand-drawn frames, frame by frame. Others are more like puppeting with keyframe animation. It just depended on each individual bird and how we felt the best way we could kind of bring it to life in the scenes that they were doing, the actions they were doing. But yeah, like, fun challenge for sure, man, because it's, they're all different styles and all different media used, so it's kind of like, how do we bring all these together in a single narrative that feels like it works? So it's fun challenge.
Well, I can't wait to check it out. Most definitely in a few days. But for you guys, why do you guys like to basically challenge yourself with different animation techniques rather than specialize in one?
That's a really good question. I mean, I think that Dave and I both come from different backgrounds.
Yeah.
I come from a painting, fine art background, and got into animation in graduate school. And David's graphic design, right?
Yeah.
And I think, but we both appreciate and enjoy, each other's backgrounds and skills, and it kind of worked with our partnership on how to take, I think we've been teamed up for like 4 years now or something, but it's our favorite projects are when we can collaborate and kind of put, what David, sorry, I'm bad. It's been a long week, so I can't get words out of this head, but
no, yeah. I think it just happens regardless of no, totally. Like, it's going to happen anyway, regardless of whether we want to challenge ourselves that way or not. Like Matt was saying, like, he's a painter. He did like tons of like printmaking stuff with getting his hands dirty, like with inks and paints and all that stuff, tactile. And then my background is graphic design, but my entrance into animation was completely accidental by messing around with stop motion, and then from there, like, stumbling onto motion graphics. So we, like, just by way of our path to where we are now, we've always been doing all kinds of different things, but always sort of like surrounding animation and design. So projects like this are fun because we get to kind of like dip our toes back in like everything all those like stepping stones along the way we're calling upon,
Oh, excellent. Did you guys first met up on Psyop or before that?
We knew of each other and had spoken, but we actually met at for the first time at Blend, which is a conference in Vancouver. We went to the first one, and that's where we met, and over the similar sense of humors and both being surfers and being lone wolves and wanting to team up, we kind of quickly decided partnering was going to be a lot of fun. So that's where we met. And then I had a relationship with Blacklist, who was part of Psyop's company, and I was on their roster. And so we kind of, when we teamed up, we just joined in with Psyop as Igor and Valentine.
That's excellent. And why is Psyop such a great company to work for in terms of animation?
Well, I mean, their roster is nuts. I mean, first of all, just out of inspiration, you know, seeing what other director groups and companies like, you know, Golden Wolf and Simon Chow's, we love him. Seeing what they're producing is fuel for our fire, you know. And they're also like a great team to be a part of as far as like production help. You know, we were doing a commercial job that was at the same time as this, and our producers were just, you know, amazing on how they help make the job so smoothly running.
Yeah, and they like I think that's like really what it comes down to is the people at Psyop are so awesome, and they just go above and beyond to make our lives easier and help us just be able to focus on what we're actually creating. So, and also like the opportunity to work on stuff like this, like,
Yeah.
I don't know that they would have come to just Igor and Valentine if it was just Matt and I on our own. So to have the ability, the access to work on amazing opportunities like this is huge.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Well, let me wrap it up with one more thing with you guys, because, you know, it's crazy times we're experiencing right now. But how are you guys staying sane and creative, and how do you two work together during times like this?
Yeah, I mean, I think we were lucky that we got a surf trip in January before all this started, as a break from a crazy year. So this was January of last year, and David and I went to Costa Rica. Had like
no idea what was about to.
Yeah.
You know, how lucky we were to do that.
That has been a good. I mean, that has definitely allowed us to work really hard through this year. But I think it's we work remotely. We have been working remotely for a while. So there wasn't a lot of change for both of us as far as that goes. I live in the middle of nowhere in Virginia, and David's in Charleston, South Carolina. We you know, have kind of enjoyed being out of the city. I used to be in New York City, and I really enjoyed it, but I've enjoyed having space to roam and stuff like that. And I think David is the same with being able to get to the water and surf, you know?
Yeah, totally. I don't know about the staying sane part, but as far as the staying creative, I feel like, I don't know, for me, it's just having different kinds of things to work on, which I feel like Matt and I have been really fortunate to, that's just kind of always been the case. I can't remember really any time in the last like 5 years where we've had 2 projects back to back that were similar.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's just like getting to always be doing something that feels new and different is like really amazing creative fuel.
Excellent. Well, hey, gentlemen, congratulations for your upcoming short film together. I can't wait to check it out. And thank you for speaking with me about your film together.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, thanks so much.
Hey, not a problem. Next time, gentlemen.
All right.
All right, take it easy, man. Thank you.